Let's be honest, life happens. Whatever it is that may interfere with our habits just happens. And this is completely normal. Reading is a good habit that can help us with stress, self-confidence, and critical thinking. So picking up a book or two is a wonderful idea. But life happens, remember? In today's video, I want to give you actual practical and easy tips so you can become a better reader, be more consistent, don't get overwhelmed or book shamed by your choices. This will help you achieve the ultimate goal of reading more books, reading more efficiently, and have fun because reading is a lot of fun. Tip number one is to build consistent habits so you can reach milestones. For you to have fun, you need to put aside social media, reading culture, and think about you, your likings, your preferences, and what makes you happy. To put it in simple terms, you should be thinking about the quality of your reading, not the quantity. To become a better reader, you need to identify at least four things. What's the amount of that space that you could use for reading? What time of the day would work better with your schedule? What's a reasonable book length that would not get you overwhelmed? And how many pages a day is reasonable for you to start with? Think about it. If you start with 15 pages a day, that's 105 pages a week, and that's very impressive. That should be your goal. Tip number two is to set your preferences clearly. Are you reading for pleasure or are you reading for learning? In order to challenge you and to keep you motivated, breaking down your favorite topics or things that you want to learn can make the whole process a lot easier. If you like fantasy, for example, what kind of fantasy would you like to get into? Historical, folklore, fantasy with strong female protagonists, or standalone books? Or if you want to read nonfiction, do you like paranormal? Do you like history? Do you like culture? Do you like finance, stress management, or even geography? The point here is going from general to a specific, so this can help you to get into the right path so you can find the right books. Tip number three is not to overlook your medium. The type of medium that you pick to accommodate your current needs should be thought in terms of how busy you are. For example, physical books, ebooks, audiobooks, they all can give you different flexibilities at different times. That's why sometimes mixing and matching mediums can help you to get into a reading mood faster, but also keep you interested. The goal here is to move gradually from audio to ebook or ebook to physical book. Whether you pick your browser, your laptop, or your e-reader, you should be sticking to one medium at a time so you can start creating a habit. If you already have books in your house, that's great, but don't feel the pressure you have to buy new books to get into reading, because that's simply false. There are plenty of websites that you can get PDF books for free, like PDF Drive or open source or Project Gutenberg. And that's not even counting the resources that you have available in your library. Tip number four is to start reading two books at a time, but opposite to each other. By going deep with two different subjects, you minimize the chances of getting bored. If you pick a thriller, also pick a romance or something the opposite of what you're reading so your reading has contrast. I want you to do this exercise. Take a piece of paper and write down the last three books you read and the amount of pages of each book. This is going to help you visualize what you don't like anymore or what didn't work for you at that time. For example, if you read a classic with 400 pages, pick a graphic novel with half the amount of pages. If you do this, you're going to have fun reading while also stimulating your brain. If you want to read more books, you have to create patterns that feel stimulating and fun, not like a chore, so you can move up from book to book until you reach your goal. Tip number five is to set proper conditions so you can hit those milestones in no time. To accomplish this, you need to block time so you can read steady with no interruptions. Set a timer with 15 minutes and see how much you can get done. Stand up, take a break, go to the bathroom, set another timer until you finish for the day. Also, be careful not to confuse that space with multitasking. I would not recommend reading when you're doing chores around the house or driving. Let's be honest, your concentration is simply not there. Instead, set daily reminders on your calendar so you can do your reading. Remember to set a timer of 15 minutes for 1 week, then try 20 minutes for the following week and so forth until you create a solid habit. Also, to make your milestones more successful, create an annotation system that is clutter-free. My tip for this is like this. Divide your book in sections. Start reading, keeping track of each character, their emotions, circumstances, conflict. Take the bullet points and write them down at the end of each section with your thoughts and your impressions. If you're reading nonfiction, break down the subject, the location, what is the issue, what are the causes and consequences, and follow up with a summary in each section. If you follow these tips when you finish your book, not only your annotations will increase your retention, but also the overall view of the bigger picture. With a little bit of discipline and consistency, these tips can help you increase retention and the amount of books you read each month. So I hope you found some value in this video, and if you enjoy it, give it a like, share with your friends, and until our next video, bye-bye.